And the two funding bills that we passed that were signed into law included a combined $58 million in funding for our district, including $38 million in community project funding requests. These funds meet a variety of needs across the 17th Congressional District, ensuring clean drinking water for various localities, mitigating flooding in several neighborhoods, revitalizing downtown communities, providing critical resources for law enforcement, improving pedestrian safety, and creating good-paying union jobs right here in our district. When I was elected to represent this district, I promised that I would work with my partners at every level of government and in both parties to prioritize the needs of our residents. And that's exactly what we've done in working with each of the officials here with me today to ensure funding for this and other important projects across our district. That's why I'm here with our supervisors to highlight nearly $5 million that we were able to secure for projects in Ossining, Somers, Cortlandt, and Mount Pleasant. There were 4 separate requests made on behalf of this portion of Westchester County, including $1 million to Ossining to upgrade the community's water distribution system, and the scope of work includes the complete replacement of the town's old cast iron mains in the project's area, as well as improving water quality and reducing the need for costly repairs. In addition, $2 million to the town of Somers to improve public health and drinking water quality by addressing PFAS issues in the downtown business historic preservation district. We were able to secure $1 million for the town of Cortlandt for constructing a central sewer that would provide sewer and water service to the Ansville Creek section of the town of Cortlandt, helping the town responsibly develop the area for commercial and residential use. And last, but certainly not least, over $800,000 to Mount Pleasant and its police department for a sorely needed new dispatch system which will improve emergency response and coordination for a police force of approximately 50 officers who serve approximately 35,000 calls per year. This investment will help save lives across the town as well as taxpayer money. Projects like these are great examples of what we can accomplish when we put aside politics and focus on meeting the needs of our communities and constituents. And that's been my focus as Congressman, and that remains my focus with the most recent round of community project funding, which we submitted just a few weeks ago and we'll be unveiling more about later this year. And with that, I'd like to call up a terrific partner in government here in the town of Mount Pleasant, Supervisor Carl Fulgenzi.
Thank you, Congressman. It's often we hear from our politicians telling us what they're going to do to help the communities, but Michael has always come through. You know, we talk about the needs, we're trying to save taxpayer dollars, and this help that we're getting through Washington, through Michael, is very, very much needed. It helps us with our budget and the much needed improvements, like Michael said, for our communications, for our police department. So we appreciate you not only talking about the needs of the local governments, but following through and making sure you come through with those gifts. We appreciate it. Thank you, Mike.
I'd like to call up Ossining Supervisor Liz Feldman to say a few words.
Thank you, Congressman Lawler. This community funding project is very important to our community. I'd like to thank Congressman Lawler as well as his counterparts, Senators Gillibrand and Schumer, for putting us forward for this critical infrastructure project. This water main is very old and has broken 15 times in the last 6 years. Most recently in front of the nursing home, where we had to bring in trucked water to support the residents until we could get it fixed. It's long overdue, and we would not be able to have accomplished this in a timely fashion without this funding. So we thank him very much for putting this forward. It will make a very big difference for our community.
Thank you. And now, on behalf of the town of Somers, I'd like to introduce Mike Cortlandt to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Congressman. On behalf of Town of Somers Supervisor Rob Scrano, I do want to thank Congressman Mike Lawler for this $2 million that his office secured. This project will, this money will help us with our water project, bringing fresh water to our business historic district. That has been a problem for us for many years. The money will solve a PFAS problem that we've had. And again, thank you for this generous grant.
Thank you. Happy to do it. Now, on behalf of the town of Cortland and Supervisor Rich Becker, I'll ask the town planner, Chris Kehoe, to come up and say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you. As mentioned, I'm here on behalf of Dr. Becker from the town of Cortland. We would like to thank Congressman Lawler for the $1 million for our Ansville sewer and water infrastructure project. Ansville is a gateway to the town of Cortland and Westchester County. We're looking to both improve the economic development of the area and improve the environmental health of the area, and this money is critical to that effort. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. Now, just to conclude, and then we'll open it up to any questions, but projects like these, while not always the flashiest, are more important than almost any other. This funding will help improve pedestrian safety, ensure our water quality remains strong, and make sure that Westchester County remains an even better place to live, work, and raise a family, and that our communities remain safe. And that's been my focus in Congress, making sure that every community has a seat at the table and knows that they can come to me for help and to my office. And this nearly $5 million in funding for Westchester County is just another affirmation of my commitment to the 17th District and to the people of Westchester County. So with that, happy to take any questions.
Could I do one-on-one answer?
Yes.
These are the projects that are in the Westchester portion of the district, right? And the other, whatever lanes are in the other.
Yeah, so the distribution is across the 4 counties. I think we were able to secure roughly $10 million in Rockland, $10 million in Putnam. I think it was about $5 million and $6 million in Dutchess when all the projects were added up. But you know, across the broad spectrum of the district, you know, these were critical infrastructure projects, police communication project that, you know, are vital to our communities, and it helps offset what property taxpayers would have to pay for these projects. And so, you know, this was among the most secured by any member of Congress for their district. I'm proud of that. And obviously we're continuing to fight in fiscal year 25 to get as much money as possible for an additional 15 projects across the district.
Is there more of a focus in Washington that you can discern about sewer and water specifically, because of incidents around the country in recent years?
Yeah, I think certainly we've seen obviously major challenges across the country, but especially here in New York where our infrastructure is old, where we've seen issues with PFAS contamination or water main breaks. And so, you know, big focus of what the House Republican majority has tried to do is make sure that the community project funding is focused on infrastructure primarily and focused on supporting municipalities that need these critical resources. And obviously, you know, here in New York, we send more money down to Washington than we get back. And so being able to bring these funds back is critical, not only to support the project, but to help offset what property taxpayers have to pay. All right. Very good. Thank you.